going to start the third lesson of 5th class. The name of the lesson is living things. Now you can ask me, what is this topic? First thing is this, that surrounding you lots of things are there, is it? So based on the vision, that means after seeing the things, can you recognize what are these? Are you able to categorize them in any one of the kinds? Actually, today we are going to discuss about the different things. That means first thing is that classification. Different things are divided into two categories. One is living things and another one is non-living things. Yes, living things and non-living things. Now you can ask me the question, who are living things, who are non-living things? So I can understand it or I can say it after seeing them, isn't it? But if you will see, that one is very easy. It sounds very easy, but practically it is very difficult. Some things are there, you can't classify them, that what is it actually? Is it living thing? Is it non-living thing? You can't decide. So the decision is also difficult. So now we will discuss about the different characteristics of the life. So first thing, living things means who have life. Who have life, they are considered as living things. And who do not have life, they are not considering as living. Then what they are? They are non-living things. Is it? So all living things share life process. Yes. The living things, which one I have told you, they have a particular life process, and such as growth, reproduction. Most scientists use 8 life processes or characteristics to determine whether something is living or non-living. Yes, these characteristics, which one we will discuss now. After seeing these all the characteristics, you can confirm that whether the thing is living or non-living. So first thing, see here, the require food. Next, exhibit growth. Next, perform respiration. Next, excrete. Next, move. Respond to stimuli. Reproduce and die. These 8 characteristics should be present to any one of the things. Those things should be considered as living things. Now, let's discuss from the first one, that the required food. Yes, all the living things, they need food. Without food, they can't live, because all of you know we are the living thing. So definitely we need the energy. Is it? We need energy because of what reason? To do different work. It may be internal work of our body, it may be external work. Is it? So it may be playing, singing, reading, eating. So whatever may be, these all needs energy. So who is giving us energy? The food. So that's why the living things need food. Is it? And living things require food to survive and grow. Grow means whenever that means when you was a newly born baby, on that time your size was very short. Is it? Very small. But now, how are you? That one is bigger in size with respect to that time. Then after few years, you will be just like me. Is it? So with respect to time, when time spends, on that time what is going on here? The living things, their growth is taking place. Yes. So that's why the food is required for what things? The growth and to survive. And food makes us body Faster growth, yes, that gives us energy already. I have told you it helps the food energy. The food is giving us energy. That energy is required where to perform different activities just like the playing, singing song, eating, reading, sometimes fighting also, isn't it? So these all things you can do with the help of energy. Which one is provided by what? The food, is it? And there are some depending on the, that means the food eating habit. So different animals, they are divided into two categories. One thing is there, that one is the human being. They are not able to produce their food, and the plants, they are able to produce their food. So the category is, one is the autotrophs. Is it? Autotrophs. Autotrophs means that can produce their own food. They are considered as autotrophs. Is it? And another one is the heterotrophs. Yes, heterotrophs means who are depending on the other species for the food. They are considered as heterotrophs. Is it? So the autotrophs and the heterotrophs. Now the question is there, who are the autotrophs and who are the heterotrophs? Autotrophs are all the plants who are able to produce their food. Is it? And all the animals, including the human beings, they are the heterotrophs because they are not able to produce their food. They are not able to synthesize their food. Is it clear? Next thing is there, that how they are producing the food. How is it possible? Actually, now have a look here. What is this one? This one is a picture of one leaf. Is it? So in the leaf, what is going on? In the leaf, the food is being synthesized. Yes, for the trees. Trees are synthesizing the food in their which part? In the leaf. Yes. So one thing, if you will see that very small pores are there. Very small pores are there and they are called stomata. Is it? They are called stomata. So what the stomata is doing? Stomata, inside the stomata, one cells are there. That the name of the cells are the guard cell. The guard cells, after listening the name, you can understand that someone is there to monitor that who is coming and who is going outside. Is it? So guard, generally what the guard is doing in our real life, they are controlling the how many people will come inside, how many people will go outside. These things they are looking into. Is it? So here the guard cells are also playing the same role. What they are doing, that how many amount of oxygen will be inhaled and how many amount of carbon dioxide it should reject. This thing, that means sometimes carbon dioxide also it is inhaling, oxygen also inhaling, and both the things it is rejecting also, because the plants, they are producing the food. Yes, the food during the time of food production, what they are doing in the presence of raw material, just like the water and sunlight and the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. These three things, the leaves or the plants are collecting in their, where? The chloroplast, inside the chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast, chlorophyll is present. Yes, in the presence of chlorophyll, they are producing the simplest form of the food. What is the name of that food? The glucose. The glucose is produced by with this raw material, and after producing the food, they are releasing oxygen inside the atmosphere. Is it clear? And sometimes the excess water vapor, it is also rejecting with the help of stomata. So from where the water is coming, with the help of the root, it is extracting the water. and it is sending to the where? About the food factory. What is the food factory? The leaf. In your lower class, all of you have learned that the food factory is called to which part? To the leaves. Yes, the leaves of the plants are considered as the food factory. Is it clear? Now, if you will see them, see here, one hole is there. That means pores are there inside the tube which air can pass. Is it? So, the chlorophyll, what is the chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is one kind of green color pigmentation. Green color pigment present where? Present inside the chloroplast. And there this all phenomena, that means this all process is doing. Is it? And the plants, they are also releasing oxygen. Yes, they are also releasing oxygen as well as carbon dioxide, because in the time of food production they are releasing what thing? They are releasing oxygen inside the atmosphere, and in the time of respiration they are inhaling oxygen and rejecting carbon dioxide. That one is happening in the night. At the night time the respiration is happening for the case of plants. Is it clear? Next I want to tell you one thing, that depend upon the food habit, the animals are classified into they known as what? The heterotrophs. That one already I have told you. And the animals, they are not able to produce their food. That's why the small animals, the big animals, they are depend on the small animals. How then? They are simply eating them. Yes, they are animals depend on plants for their food. The small animals, what are they doing? They are depending on the plants. Simply they are eating the plant. That means grass, it may be any kind of leaves. So these things they are doing, and in this way they are living. The food they are taking. Is it? And the big animals, just like so who are the small animals? Just like the goat, frog. Is it? So what are they doing? They are simply eating the grass. Is it? The different for the case of frog, they are eating little bit insects, small insects inside the animal. If you will see among the animal, the small animals, they depend on the plants for their food, and there are some big animal, they depends on the small animals. Yes, and they use them as food. Is it? And animals are called the heterotrophs, I told you, and they exhibit heterotrophic nutrition because based on the type of nutrition, heterotrophs are classified into 4 categories. One is holozoic forms, next is parasitic form, next saprophytic form, and the last one is symbiotic form. Yes, these different kind of forms are there. First thing, the small animals means you can consider the goat. Yes, they are eating what? They are eating the grass. That means they, for their food, they depend on whom? To the plant. And if you will think about the tiger, the lion, is it? So what they are doing actually? They are depending on the small animal. They are eating the small, just like the deer, the goat, they are eating. After eating them, in this way they depend on them. Is it? They are getting their food. And the thing is that the holozoic form, parasitic form, saprophytic form, and the symbiotic form. So what is the holozoic form? Holozoic form means the organisms obtaining nutrition by the injection of organic matter. Yes, in this way they are gaining their nutrition. And what about the parasitic? Parasitic means that organism lives in or on its host and acquires nutrition, just like the lice. Yes, what are they doing? They are residing on us and they are extracting the food, neither nutrition from our body, is it? And what about the saprophytic? Saprophytic means an organism that lives on and gets its nourishment from dead organism, just like the fungus. Yes. So from how the fungus are getting their nutritions? They are getting the nutritions from from some dead animals, or the sometimes for the little unspoiled foods it happens. So this kind of food habit they have. And what about the last one? Symbiotic. Two organisms live into close association to benefit each other. Yes, that means both of they are staying, they are residing very close contact, and in that way that both of they are getting benefited. Sometimes the fungi, the algae, they are the examples. So these all are the food habits. So first thing, the require food. All of the living things, they require food. Depending on the food habit, we can classify the different living things into the two category. One is the autotrophic, and that means the autotrophs, and another one is the holotrophs. And the autotrophs, they are able to produce their own food, and the holotrophs, they are not able to produce their own food. Yes, the thing is that the nutrition for the case of autotrophs, the nutrition which one they are getting, that one is called the autotrophic nutrition, and the holotrophs, which nutrition they are getting, that one is called the holotropic nutrition, is it? So these all about the living things require food.